already adapted to that level, and so we don't need to worry too much about that. Too much CrossFit is bad. Too much of any exercise is bad. It is stress on the body, and stress is stress, and it's going to increase our cortisol and all that kind of thing, and have adverse effects. So, most of you know about overtraining and stuff like that. Most serious athletes skirt the edge of that all the time, and we want to try to sit with that a little bit. I think everyone here is pretty good about the CrossFit level. We're getting 3 to 5 times a week, most of us, and that's going to be fine. So whatever you're doing relative to CrossFit exercise right now is good. If you are a person who is doing lots of long duration, moderate intensity exercise, like long runs, then that is not going to be effective. It's going to have adverse effects no matter what you think. One of the things that we didn't talk about is we all come into a program like this with biases. So I'm like the super over-the-top healthy guy, eat real food, blah, 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 blah. Someone might come into the program being a vegetarian and go, look, I'm not eating meat because I believe this and I believe that. Any nutritionist will tell you that we are intended to eat meat. So if a person's going to be vegan, that's their choice, but it's going to have ill effects, guaranteed. If a person runs marathon after marathon after marathon, it's going to have ill effects, guaranteed. If a person does the very best exercise in the world too much, it's going to have ill effects, guaranteed. But the long duration, moderate intensity is proven to have, some ill effects relative to what we're trying to accomplish. It tends to make us more fatigued, and it doesn't. It's detrimental for our hormones generally because it's not doing what we want it to do. High intensity exercise is going to be better. There's a big list, and if a person is running 6 times a week, we absolutely want to reduce that to something like 2 at the most for a while, if we can. So high intensity CrossFit, if we got that 4 times a week, running twice is going to be too much. It just is. The body is not going to adapt to that well, and it's going to be too much. If a person's coming to CrossFit once a week, it's not going to work. It's not enough. It's not going to give us the adaptation we need. So we can come into a program with the preconceived ideas of, I feel this, I believe that. I find it very, very interesting that if we had a terrorist standing here, that person would stand here and absolutely believe that none of us deserve to live because, we're not that religion, and that is no respect for us, and if we don't convert, then it's perfectly fine and absolutely wonderful for them to kill us. So that person's standing there, and they absolutely believe it. They believe it, and we're not going to talk them out of it. They believe that. So if they come into that program, into a program, and they have to do something aside from their beliefs, it's going to be hard for them. The person who's going to, what we really need to try to do is just say, okay, look, if I don't exactly believe what Chris has said and what we're going to try to do, then I'm just going to do a 2-month experiment. I'm not sold on the concept. I really don't believe it, but I'm just going to do it, and I'll just see what happens. And then 2 months later, I'll go back to whatever I want to do in my life if it doesn't work. So sometimes the best thing I can do is just say, trust me for 2 months in this case, and if it doesn't work, then I was wrong. But probably 95% of the time, 99% of the time, people will find that it's really the right thing to do. Are there any questions? Some people have fallen asleep. Any questions? Any questions? So you are going to have questions as you go through the material. You're going to have lots of questions about what to eat, what to do, and how many times a day, and all that kind of thing. You have some homework to do. Those who have not done Whole30 need to, brush up on that, check it out. It's pretty simple. Jump on it. So tomorrow's Monday, and some people are going, well, I can't shop tomorrow, I'm busy, I got this and that. So part of this, a large part of what we're trying to do here is learn how to balance our hormones and have an ideal weight for the rest of our lives. And if you can't go shop tomorrow, I don't care. I don't want you to stress about it, because maybe you can shop the next day and we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Okay, so this is about the rest of our lives. This is about knowledge and strategy, so that we're not yo-yo dieting, all that kind of stuff. Everybody's happy and healthy. I want the most happy, healthiest, crazy, wonderful members here at CrossFit imaginable. And you guys are just walking around like shining stars everywhere you go. So, I can't believe there are no questions.
What about vitamins and supplements?
Supplements, thank you. Because I did not quite stay on track. So, very quickly, we do not live in the Garden of Eden anymore. And even when we try hard, we generally don't eat as many vegetables as we're supposed to. A lot of times where we buy them and how they're produced, they do not have the nutrients that they used to. There are many, many studies that, like for example, a tomato 50 years ago had 400% more nutrients than it does now. So we all know that stuff. It's not a big secret. Our food isn't quite the quality it used to be, and we don't get the vitamins and minerals that we used to get. Maybe more than vitamins, minerals can be more important, because we're not getting all those things that grow. So sometimes in a seminar I ask people, okay, so everyone tell me, when was the last time you ate real food? And then usually they go, after a little while, they go, well, what's real food? So then we have to describe real food, and then everyone starts thinking about it. And it is absolutely shocking, a group this size, someone will say, oh yeah, I got it, I had an apple. It was like 3 days ago I had an apple. And I'm like, serious? It was 3 days since you had a single piece of real food. I mean, that is just disgusting. That is ridiculous. Okay, so but the thing is, even when we try hard in our society, we don't have the optimum diet. You read anything and say, well, you don't need this if you have a healthy diet. Okay, well, I'm not sure we're going to get one of those in our society. It's pretty hard. So I look at a vitamin mineral supplement as an insurance policy. Many of us should at least do it for a little while, maybe make sure everything's okay. It's just kind of like making sure that stuff is there. When people get sick or they have some problem, they go to the hospital, they have things tested, very frequently they're low in certain things that make a difference. We can be low in magnesium, really commonly, low in vitamin D3, really commonly, and so those are ones that I highly recommend. If you're getting a good quality vitamin mineral supplement, I'm going to do a little sales thing here. So, because I'm a fanatic, a long time ago, I beat this guy up verbally on the phone. I was so embarrassed. So those products up there, the biogenesis stuff, they're all usually only sold through the medical community somehow, healthcare providers. And I first I got the bars, and then I got the protein, and then I finally talked to them and let me have all the other stuff. So those are very, very good quality supplements there. So the vitamin mineral supplements are very, very good, and I highly recommend them. The other one is vitamin D3, K2. K2 goes well with the D3 and better absorbed. And we live in the upper latitudes. There's lots and lots of studies on vitamin D3. A lot of people that end up in the hospital with diseases are very, very low in vitamin D3. Lots of women are low in vitamin D3. All of us up here, like Eskimos, are low in vitamin D3. And we should take more. If you think about indigenous societies, they all live near water. Fish was it was probably the easiest protein source for virtually all indigenous tribes or whatever peoples, and they have more vitamin A and D than we do, and they're outside. So, we go from the door to the car and back to we just don't get any sun. In our latitude, there's all kinds of, you can look online, after a certain month, it's useless to go there naked, it's not going to help anyway. So, we should all supplement with D3K2. I just happen to have a very good one there, which I haven't taken for a couple of years or more. And then magnesium will help a lot of women. It can be low in that. There is magnesium in that, but only about 150 milligrams or something like that. should probably supplement with something like 300 a day, especially women, especially people who have trouble sleeping. But all athletes, we should have that. And fish oil. So again, A and D and stuff, we just don't get enough of it, we don't get good quality. So those three things, the multivitamin mineral, the vitamin D3K2, and the fish oil are prominent jump out things that we should definitely add and do. Any other questions? Okay, so you will have questions. So next Sunday we are going to have at the same time and place, I guess, a brief session for women, going through all that side of it, and then at the recipe dinner we can have a little talk, answer more questions. We'll probably have more material for you. If you've never been to the recipe thing, what we generally do is, and don't have a lot of stress about it, there's a lot of people here, if most of you can come with a lot of food, but we generally bring a recipe, a healthy recipe, a Whole30 recipe. Part of that is demonstrating to people that real food actually tastes awesome. I've been to a lot of recipe dinners, the Whole30 most recently, and I can tell you the best food ever was at the Whole30 ones. And people are shocked that real food can taste that good. On the Whole30 website, there are tons and tons of recipes and all kinds of things. You can Google it, there's all kinds of stuff. So one thing that I did kind of bypass, and the Whole30 people know, all athletes already know it, and the only way to survive in our society eating good food is to meal prep. You must go to the store, you must buy good food, you have to go home, you cook it, you chop it. So I can tell you that the crock pot was fired up all day today, trying to keep me going for the next week. And that's just what you do. You got to meal prep, it's the only way around it. So when you meal prep, you probably cook, a couple big containers of something, and you have it for the week, and you take all your stuff to work, and you plan at work. So say you're, a person that's going to have 3 meals and 2 snacks. Then you're going to have all that with you. You're going to have your breakfast, whatever that's going to be, and then you bring your snack with you, you bring your lunch with you, you bring your afternoon snack. If you work out in the evening, you bring an afternoon snack, thinking that's going to be a pre-workout meal, and then you come work out, and you have your shake and go home and eat dinner or whatever. So you have to plan ahead. If you don't do that, it's not going to work. You probably have questions about how much do I eat, when do I eat, all that kind of stuff, and that stuff is explained when you start going through and determine what burner type you are. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, call, email. I'd be happy to try to answer. Okay, I think that's it, guys. So was it a one coffee session?
Yes.
It's just a one. It's just a single coffee session.
I didn't go with you.
I am so grateful for that. How do we turn this off? There, maybe?